Hi guys, in this video I'm going to be going through bluefin tuna lures, as you need to be getting ready now. The season is fast approaching, it 1 or 2 months away, as they start to show up in the marlin and what have you start to disappear. That sort of tapering off now. The fish are still there, there's still blue marlin, yellowfin tuna being caught. The stripies have closed their mouths a bit, but as soon as that temperature starts to drop again, they're going to be hard feeding. So there's still a good month or so of good summertime game fishing coming up. But yeah, in this video in particular, we're getting ready for bluefin tuna. So I'll go through head shapes and colours and why they work and the choices that I would sort of choose in my starting spread. So yeah, I'll get through and I'll go through each head and the colour combos that I like to put with those heads and the actions, etc. So first of all, one of our more successful bluefin lures is the Snooki, which is a 10-inch lure. It's a plunger with a large face, unweighted. So this little lure has an aggressive action on the surface when it comes up. So it's a great option to have. You can run it on the corners, but shotgun in any of those longer positions. So the Snooki, it works on marlin and all sorts of predators, but in particular it's worked really well on tuna. So that one there is the Power Puff, pink fleek over blue, highly recommended for bluefin tuna, and it's got that reflective pearly head. It's already scratched up from some abuse it's had over the last couple of years. And some other options in that colour. This is called our mahi. This one has the blue tint on top. So it's got that yellow and green skirt underneath the blue over the top. And that's another bright, nice option to have out there. It's had good success on yellowfin tuna as well. So that's the mahi. Tuna love bluefin in particular like evil, so that's the evil skirt with that silver and a bit of blue sort of splatter on top with the red, green, gold, blue underskirt, and that one has a nice transparent blue reflective head. Another good option is an old favourite, Mrs. Palmer, so that's with that reflective sort of maroon purpley head with the classic Mrs. Palmer skirts with the stripy outer, pink and black under, the red eye as well. So there's 4 options for the Snooki. As I said, it can be run from any position, so yeah, I'll probably have it on the long rigger or one of those sort of spots, but yeah, that would be the first pick in the spread sort of thing. The next lure is a bullet. So this is a smaller bullet, GTL. This one I did with a bit of an overflow, so I just used it as a sort of, got some pearlescence in there, made a nice browny sort of orange head with that squid sort of colour. So that's a bullet that sort of scutters across the surface, straight lining it, and for customers last year we had quite a few bluefin caught on that lure in various colours, similar to the colours in the Snooki heads that we have there. So bullets, tuna obviously love them. So having one of those way up the back on shotgun, either behind like a chain of squid or something, another good option. This is a new head, another bullet, larger, that we've just developed, so I'm still sort of in development stages. This one tracks along the surface very straight and causes like a distressed fish just ploughing through the surface, and so that's actually got a fish head sort of insert. That's a full glow insert which we can do in any colour with the eye, and that's in a blue and white colour which is very popular for tuna as well. So that's a larger version to the smaller GTR. So that's a 12-inch bullet, and that one as well would be a good option, run off the long rigger or the other long positions as a straight runner. Easy target for the tuna. Next up is the Wester's Best all-weather lure. It's a cup face, it tapers out like that. That one's in Lumo, obviously, in the red eyes. So that's another good lure for running off the rigger. The short rigger, I'd have that for bluefin. So that's in conditions that are less favourable. It's good to have a cup face that just behaves itself and runs nice and true. So west is best, another good one for them. This is a smaller lure at 8 inch, so this is the Tyson. It's a little angled face and it's quite a bulbous little head. A few customers had good success with the Tyson last year. This lure tends to behave itself and dives deep. It's unweighted, so it dives deep and it jets around, and that's a great option. Either have that on the corner. I'd probably have that long corner for tuna, and that's like a glow head, as you can see, full glow, and a Lumo over yellow and orange, so really bright lure for those gloomy sort of mornings. Great option. Another one that's a must-have for tuna is this 8 inch lure, which is called the Weasel. It's got that Kona scoop face, short head, and a bit of a tiger sort of blue and orange green skirt there. So that's an option to throw way back at either way back on the rigger or shotgun, and it's a high action lure. It does get the attention of albacore and stuff like that, but yeah, the big bluefin will go wild over as well. So that's another option for a more maneuverable lure. I've just got one of these in the colour at the moment, so this is a situation. Bit bigger head, the skirts are a bit tattered, I've been using it, but that's in the arrow squid colour, so the black spots over the orange underskirt with that reddy orange head reflective, and that's a very good option as tuna love to feed on squid, and this lure in particular has had great results over the years. So situation would be good run on the short rigger or the long corner in those squid colours I'd like to see. These two heads coming up now are new sort of in our range. We've been experimenting over the last few years. So this one here is a longer plunger, like a small plunger. The name of it's called Bluey. This particular colour is our soury colour, so it's the same as sort of Evil with that bit of blue and pink on top and full silver with the reflective silver head. And as you can see, it's all scratched up from during the summer with bites and bloody albacore and what have you tickling it up. So that's a beautiful soury imitation with that mirror insert. So that's a Bluey. That's a plunger. It's full keel weighted, so it's a very sensible all-weather lure. It dives down deep, does a nice swim action, then comes up. So it's really good for tuna. You can put that in any position, short corner, long corner, on the shotguns and the riggers as well. It behaves itself. So that one will definitely have one or two of those in the spread. Very good target for tuna. So that's in the soury colour. And another option for those is in the Jack Mac. Is a good colour as well. Squid / Jack Mac. Silver, yellow, gold, pink, and with a nice pearly head. It's had a bit of damage as well there from a bit of tickling up. So that's in a pearl head. Again, keel weighted and nice little plunger. Very well behaved lure in all conditions. Last but not least is the newest lure in our range. Well, it's actually a remake of the original Chug Life, and this is the offset. So this is the new and improved version, which has the toe point from the top of the cup there, opposed to the center. So this lure has this one's caught a marlin a few weeks ago, so this lure has a very aggressive action. So last weekend we were running on the long corner where we can adjust its position, and you can actually get it to do a zigzag crab walk, constant swim in calmer conditions. When it gets rougher, it gets a bit agitated. You drop it back a bit and it'll just do that motion, but a bit less aggressive. Run it off the riggers, it'll come up and big splash and down, big splash and down. So these are good for a teasing almost lure. They'll still go for them, but you got to have lures that are straight running, lazy, covering all bases, but having an aggressive, very aggressive lure out there as well, just to even get their attention, is a great option. So that's a special colour there. I've called it JD Special because the first time I trialled it was with my mate JD and Ben, and we got a marlin first trip with it, and that was his first fish. So I think he earned the right to get his name on that skirt colour. So it's a bit different from the average skirt, and an awesome lure. I've always got it out these days, so I'll have it for the tuna as well. So there's that colour, JD Special, and these two other ones. Well, you can get it in any colour, of course, like all of our lures, but for the tuna, this one's going to Raro, so it's got a red on the front with a mirror insert, yellow eye, blue and white, and that's a very popular colour in the islands, and they've had great success. There's been other sorts of lures in that colour combo that has caught many granders, etc. So that one's going over to Rarotonga, heading over to my mates on Marlin Queen, along with this one, which is a colour that is working well for them at the moment over there, which is our Skippy colour in that chug life. So these lures haven't been over there yet. They're brand new. We've only had them, one customer's got one, JD and my other mate, and we've all caught fish on them. So these are, yeah, the latest sort of thing, and they're great. I love them. So yeah, the boys over there are going to test them. I don't think they're going to last very long. They're going to get a lot of attention, that high action, especially for those mahi-mahi and wahoo and stuff like that. So yeah, those two are heading over. That's another option, not with the bluefin, as the winter's coming and it's getting colder here. The season's going to taper off before the bluefin shop, so places like Rarotonga is an underrated fishery, but great fun. Get on a nice warm holiday over there. Hopefully all the nonsense that's happening at the moment sort of disappears, or if you don't mind, just go anyway and get into some of those big blues and mahi-mahi the lot. So yeah, that's another option, is taking a winter holiday over to the tropics and getting into it, continuing the season before the bluefin show up, and then no time it'll be summer again. So yeah, that's a quick run through, and the colour range is sort of touches all bases, and yeah, we can do any of those heads in any colour you like, any colour in the head, etc., stuff like that. But yeah, so I'll just do like a quick spread of what I'd probably have as the starting lineup of 5 lures. On our boat we're going to run a lot more, probably 7 lures spread, but I'll show you a 5 lure spread that I would probably start off with the positions. So I'll just quickly get onto that now. So this is the spread I'd probably start off with if I had the option of just 5 lures. So I'd have that plunger, the bluey, in short. Obviously if tuna you run it a bit further back. So that bluey in the soury colour. Chug life offset long corner, we can tune it and get that high action going. The Snooki and Power Puff on the long rigger. Wester's Best Lumo on the short rigger, and the bullet, either option of the bullets out the back there at shotgun. And if we were going to add some lures to that spread, like on our boat we'd run 7 lures, I would put out the weasel, probably out here, and the situation in that squid colour out here. So as you can see, there's a good variation of sort of colours in there to mix all the bait, but you can mix and match them all, of course, but I mean, you can't run every single lure out there at the same time, so depending on what bait they're feeding on, if you have hits on the more high action, etc. But yeah, that's just a bit of a, probably what I would sort of run through those sort of colours, and even maybe get some, I don't have any at the moment, but some darker colours, some purples and stuff like that, depending on the bait fish they're feeding on. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video and it gave you a bit more of information on what you decide on for the upcoming bluefin season, but any of those lures would do the damage on them, and they're all good colors that the tuna love. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.